welcome back to Management Talk. Today, we're diving deep into something that every great leader needs but few truly master. Moral intention in management. Yes, we're talking about that invisible force that drives trust, builds integrity, and transforms ordinary managers into impactful leaders. Sound big? That's because it is. But there's the thing, how do you actually embed ethics into every decision? How can your skill as a manager shape not just your team, but the entire organization reputation? That's why we're here to uncover today. So, if you're ready to elevate your leadership game and get inspired by real world example, stick around. With us today is Wahyu Primasari Hindarto, an award-winning leader whose career has been shaped by this very principle. Together, we are about to unpack the skill and insight you need to not just lead, but lead with purpose. Alright, before we jump into today's discussion, let me introduce our amazing guest, a leader who exemplifies the value we're talking about today. Joining us is Mrs. Wahyu Primasari Hindarto, a respected project leader and vice president at Perumnas Karawang area, right? Yeah.
Miss Dewi.
She's someone whose work goes far beyond just leadership. It's about creating meaningful impact and upholding strong ethical value. And here's something impressive, Miss Pima. Maybe I want to call you Miss Pima. Yes.
Okay.
Miss Pima recently received the 2024 Indonesia Women Empowerment Principal Award by UN Women Asia Pacific in the Leadership Commitments category. Congratulations, Miss Pima.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, this award celebrates her dedication to empowering women, fostering ethical leadership, and driving positive change. With a wealth of experience and insight on building competitive and value-driven organization, Ms. Pima has become a true role model in her field. Her passion for moral integrity and responsible leadership is inspiring, and I can't wait for her to share her wisdom with us today. Ms. Pima, it's such an honor to have you here. Welcome to Management Talk.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Dewi. It's nice to be back here, to be back on Kampus Bela Negara. Oh my God, this is second time
Yeah.
going to UPN Veteran University,
Yes.
Java, and I'm proud to be here and discuss something important maybe that can have a big impact to our students. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Miss Pima. You're welcome, and we've thrilled to have you, Miss Pima.
Yes.
I know our viewer and our listener will get so much value from you, from your insight, on how managers can incorporate moral interaction into their work.
Okay, so we're gonna talk deep about moral intention, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a very interesting topic to build some basic needs for corporate is moral intention. So intention is the core. The organization's commitment to the ethical principles which guides all of its action and decision. It based off moral intention. So from the CEO, managers, all the leaders and all staff should have moral intention to their work day by day.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not just like something they should have, but it will become their integrity and then their accountability and align with all their job descriptions, something like that. So moral intention is very important for corporate.
Oh, exactly. And it's also foundational component of organizational culture.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. It's interesting because without moral intention, even the best laid business plans can lack authenticity and trust. In your experience, Miss Bima, what are some common misconceptions about moral intention in organization?
Okay, the big one that it's optional of secondary to profit. Yeah, so many people think that moral intention it's just a nice to have.
Oh,
Ya, jadi ya cuman kita harus sopan, kita harus beretika begitu aja. No, it's more than that. It's essential. It's
Okay.
important. Another misconception is that is solely the responsibility of HR or even senior executive, but actually every managers, like I said, and every of the team members should always plays a role in embedding these values.
oh.
Jadi harus semua ya rata. Di corporate harus punya moral intention yang rata, harus berpegang pada etika bekerja, integrity yang sama.
Oke.
Ya, jangan ada yang berbeda di antara
Oh.
kita gitu ya.
Okay, that's
Okay.
such an important point,
Yeah,
from Miss
betul.
Bima.
Yes.
So now, Miss Bima, let's talk about the manager's role. A lot of the practical day-to-day work of firstly moral intention falls to manager. What specific skill should managers develop to support this?
Okay, nice question. So managers need to develop skills like it's easy,
Yeah.
Miss Dewi. It's basic and it's easy, and ini ditanamkan oleh orang tua kita dari kecil ya.
Oh
Jadi kita memang
yeah.
harus bawa sampai dewasa ya, like
Okay.
discipline and then
Okay.
resilience and adaptive ya.
Uh-huh.
So discipline is about maintaining standards and democratic ethical consistency even when it's challenging.
Oh.
So discipline make we and managers consistent. It's important. It's important we have consistency in our workflow.
Okay.
And then resilience allows managers to stay committed to moral principle despite pressure. Jadi pressure-nya bagaimana? Kalau pressure-nya sekeras apapun, kalau para managers memiliki resilience, mereka tidak akan terpengaruh dan akan tetap going on, tetap jalan.
Oke. Ya, bisa dimengerti artinya Miss Bima kalau kita memang purpose untuk menjadi seorang manajer, kita memang harus disiplin sejak dini ya.
Yes, correct.
Oke.
And about adaptive,
Yes.
adaptability is critical in a fasting changing global environment. So it's helping managers align with a new ethical standards as they evolve. I think like this is not only about managers. I think every people in the corporate should have this discipline, resilience, and adaptive.
Yes.
It's a basic from our family character that we have to bring into the corporate.
Oh, keren sekali ya. Disiplin, adaptive,
And
and
resilience.
resilience. That's point. Okay, those skills make a lot of sense. Let's take a closer look at. Let's take a closer look at resilience, Miss Bima. For instance, why is resilience particularly important for manager who want to uphold moral intention?
Yes, of course. Resilience is crucial, Ms. Dewi, because maintaining moral standards is often challenging, and there will always be pressures, whether financial, maybe time-related, or competitive, that could lead to ethical compromise. So, a manager who have resilience can withstand this pressure and remind they're committed to the organization values. Nggak goncang gitu ya, lempeng dan lurus.
Iya, tidak goyah juga gitu
goyah
dengan
juga.
segala tantangan-tantangan yang ada di depan gitu ya.
Yes.
Oh, I love that Miss Pima. Luar biasa. To make this event more changeable for our listener and our viewers, let's dive into some real world example. Can you give us a company that they have committed to sustainability, not only a mission statement, but as a core practice?
Yes, oke. Kita nggak usah ke contoh-contoh global ya, karena di Indonesia sendiri itu sudah banyak sekali corporate yang menerapkan moral etik di atas segala-galanya. Jadi, such like our SOE atau state-owned enterprise atau BUMN, we have 136 BUMN in Indonesia.
Yeah.
And they have a one same value that name akhlak. Ya.
Yes.
So akhlak is amanah, kompeten, harmonis,
loyal,
adaptif,
adaptive,
and collaboratif.
collaborative.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe this is in Indonesian way, but it seems like our previous topic that akhlak is content with discipline, resilience, and adaptive.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you ask me, ada contoh nggak? Almost semua BUMN kita punya akhlak ya.
Yeah.
Punya core value akhlak ya.
In the university, our own university,
UPN Veteran also have moral intention ya.
Akhlak. Yes, yes. Same, Miss Pima.
Very good.
So maybe we can our listener and our viewers to remember for akhlak.
Yes.
Maybe we can try again.
Oke. Ada
Yes.
amanah,
kompeten,
harmonis,
loyal,
adaptif,
adaptive,
and kolaboratif.
Yes, and their managers play a huge role in embodying those values. Another interesting case is the controversy around H&M maybe and their green claims. So Miss Pima, which were criticized as a greenwashing. What are your true on how manager can learn from this?
Okay. Talking about H&M experience show, this is very important of transparency and authenticity.
Yes.
So transparent and
Authentic, yeah.
The managers and leaders must ensure that their practice align with the company's value and public commitment. And this requires constant communication and accountability. After the blacklist, H&M's leaders or even their managers had to go back and realign their practice with genuine sustainability, their effort, which was challenging, but it's also necessary.
Oh, okay. Building trust is central to moral intention, and this is where communication skill become essential.
Yeah.
Okay. So Miss Pima, how do managers use communication to reinforce moral intention?
Okay. Communication is everything.
Oh yeah.
Ya. Karena kalau kita nggak bisa ngomong, nggak bisa menyampaikan, berdebat dan bertengkar ya jadinya ya.
Iya.
So, sering terjadi seperti itu. So the leaders and managers need to openly discuss ethical guidelines and be transparent about the company values. So detail mereka katakan, mereka sampaikan, mereka komunikasikan. And regular team meetings, one-on-one checking. Jadi disampaikan in one-on-one or even in regular meetings. Kita sampaikan, kita reinforce those principles, address concern and ensure alignment.
Okay.
Jadi sampaikan, komunikasikan ke whole team sampai ke grassroots our core value, because that's the only way that moral intention can be absorbed by whole team.
Okay, yes. So it seems that open communication also encourages accountability, right? Could you explain how managers can foster a culture where team members feel responsible for upholding moral standard?
Of course.
Yeah.
The leaders can lead by example, of course,
Okay.
and showing that they value ethical principles. Misalnya, leaders anti suap,
Oh ya.
leaders nggak korupsi.
Oh ya.
So secara otomatis team member akan melihat contoh ya, their role model. They don't have to be like the negative ways. By being approachable and open to feedback, they empower team members to voice any concerns about ethical issue, and creates a shared sense of responsibility where everyone feels involved in upholding the organization moral standards.
Okay, so let's talk about the importance of continuous learning, Ms. Pima, especially since global standard and ethical expectation are constantly changing. So, what do you think? How can managers stay updated?
Okay, yeah, managers and the leaders should stay updated. Yeah, they can, they have to continue to learning, to learn. So continuous learning is a key. The leaders should actively seek professional development opportunities. Ya, contohnya banyak ya, bisa ikut training, seminar, workshop, sertifikasi, dan membaca.
Yes, open mind,
ya, membaca,
Alright.
mendengarkan podcast like us nih.
Yeah.
And many things way. Ya, tapi satu kata kuncinya, the most important is we have to keep open mind.
Open mind.
Karena gelas kalau dibiarkan terlalu penuh dia akan tumpah. Jadi harus stay setengah gelas.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the principle for the leaders and the managers.
Oke, jadi kita terus harus bertumbuh gitu ya, bertumbuh, jangan kemudian setelah kita merasa sudah paling tahu nih terus tidak mau belajar. Seperti itu ya.
Betul. It's about aligning personal growth with the organization moral values, Miss Dewi.
Okay. I agree with you, Ms. Pima. Global companies often face unique challenges in implementation or implementing moral intention due to cultural difference. So, could you share how managers navigate this?
Yes, in the global setting, moral intention might be interpreted differently.
Okay.
Like for example, in more hierarchy cultures.
Oh yeah.
Ethical practice might be dictated by senior management and strictly follow, like mostly in Indonesia do the same way.
Yes.
But not in global. So they have approach for varies, jadi variety. But the commitment to moral intention is always remains constant across the culture. Jadi cara-caranya mungkin bisa beda ya, karena core and value itu terbentuk, tujuan perusahaan itu apa dan core and value-nya ditetapkan. Jadi antara perusahaan yang satu dengan perusahaan yang lain pasti tidak sama. Tapi kalau mereka sudah punya satu core value yang menuju good moral intention, itu memang harus dipatuhi oleh semuanya.
Oke, baik. That's point ya. So that's fascinating, Ms. Pima. So a manager must understand cultural nuance but maintain consistent ethical standard. This balance is challenging, but it's critical for global cohesion.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So as we wrap up, I love to hear your final thought, Ms. Pima. What advice would you give to manager or aspiring leaders who want to develop skills that support moral intention in their organization?
Sebenarnya saya lebih suka menyebut leaders ya daripada managers ya. Karena kalau leaders
bisa semuanya, nggak selalu manager.
Jadi leaders to everything. So my advice to all the leaders, please just to stay grounded in your value. Be open to continuous learning and remember the power of leading by example. Kasih contoh yang baik dan benar. Integrity is not just a principle, it is an action. So the choices we make as leaders today influence the future of our team, our organization, and society at large.
Oh, beautiful said Miss Bima. Thank you so much, Miss Wahyu Primasari Hindarto or Miss Bima, right? For sharing your insight and experience. It's been an enlightening discussion today, and I'm sure our listener and our viewer have learned a lot about early growing management skill
Yes.
with moral intention.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure for me.
Yes. And to everyone listening or watching, thank you for joining us. We hope you feel inspired to integrate moral intention into your work and your life. So don't forget to subscribe for more discussion like this one. Until next time, stay inspired and lead with integrity. Bye-bye.